Hey guys, here's a brand new traffic source that you have never seen before. Now, not only is this one traffic source, it's actually hundreds that you can use for traffic generation, for lead generation, to network with like-minded people, and to share your content for free. So let's head over to the computer and I'll walk you through how to use it, because this one is a little bit unusual. So what you want to do is stay and watch right the way until the end. And if you do, I'm going to show you how you can get an extra free traffic course from me. Okay, so the platform we're looking at today is called Friendica. So the URL is friendI.ca. friendI.ca. And it says it's a decentralized social network. So emphasis here really is on privacy. Now, I know that you're going to be tempted to just dive in and try it, but don't do that just yet. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But before we use this, we need to do a little bit of research on the platform so you can find the best possible way of using this for you and your unique situation. So before we dive in and start using it, we can get a good feel for this network. It says a personal social network, keep in contact with people you care about. I would actually include topics and niches that you care about as well. You'll see why in a few minutes. So before we start using it, if we go over to this section, use it, if we click on find a server, click on that. Let's go to statistics. Now this is really useful because if we scroll down here, what we're going to see is, where is it? We have all these different nodes available. We'll come back to this in a second, but just take a look at that. All these different communities available, and each community on here has sub-communities that you can get involved with. It really is an amazing traffic resource if we use it in the right way. So let's go up here. Let's have a look at how things are growing on this platform over time. So here you can see that the number of nodes created on this network. So nodes are individual servers or groups of people. Some of them are quite large. Some of them have got thousands of people involved. But we can see that growth is really starting to take off from, well, it's been increasing steadily until March 2020, and then it has really started to take off. So we have this tremendous acceleration in growth. Now, that looks pretty good, but let's have a look at total users. Here you can see how things are growing. Now, it's going to take a minute to bring back this data. I would predict it's going to be a little bit slower. There we go. So we can see that here's the 5,000 mark. So it seems to be increasing steadily, pretty steadily every month. It's going in the right direction. So while the audiences on these platforms is nowhere near the level of Facebook or Twitter or other social media networks, what it does do is create an opportunity for you. So if you are an expert in your field or you're passionate about your topic and you enter one of these communities and establish yourself as someone who is knowledgeable and trustworthy, then people are going to flock to you. And we don't really need to tap into these huge sources of traffic to do well. There's a massive misconception. I'm going to speak more about this in another video, but very briefly, I want to tell you that there is a huge misconception about traffic generation on the internet. Most people believe that you need to generate hundreds of thousands of visitors to do well on the internet, and you absolutely don't. What you do need is the right traffic, and that's targeted traffic. So if you establish yourself and communicate in the right way on these kind of networks, you can tap into the exact type of traffic that you need. And listen, in other videos I've spoken about the power of building an audience of around 1,000 people, and you can actually make a living from around 1,000 people, an audience size, not even customers. So if you want to know more about that kind of thing, let me know in the comments. So here we can see that activity on these networks is growing at a steady rate. If we go down here, you can get to the exact details of these nodes. So we can see how many total users exist on each one, and there are hundreds to choose from. So armed with this knowledge, if we go back and have a look at public servers, here we're going to get a list of nodes that we can join. So for example, if we have a look at this one, the Open Social Network, this one looks pretty good. The health score is really good. It's using a stable version, but I need one that is English speaking. So this one, LibraNet, the health is really good, 100, and it says nice people with good intentions are welcome. I'm actually already a member of this, so if we click on that, it will take us to the website. Now what I'm going to do is just sign out of this so you can see what it's all about. And then to sign up, you click sign up now. It'll take you to a register page. Do fill in all the details. Do leave a note for admin. This is read by a human being, and then you can choose to include your profile in the member directory if you want to or not, and then sign up now. When I signed up for this, it took maybe half an hour for them to review and get back to me and then accept me into this network. So there is that review process, but it seems to be very quick. However, if we go back, not all of these require approval. So there are some which are just open for you to join. So I've also joined Nerdica. If I open this one, because I like my comics and I'm into DC and stuff. This one is right up my street. So I'll show you how to use them. If we go to LibraNet, and I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Okay, so now there's a few different ways to use this. The first way is to sort out your profile. So click on your avatar, click on profile here, and now if we go to edit profile, what we want to do is add a custom profile field here. So label, you could say something like homepage, and then value, you put in a link to your website here. Like that. And then click submit. And now if we go to, where is it? View profile. There you can see my profile now has a link to one of my websites. Okay, good stuff. Let's go back to the home page. Well, really what I want to show you here is the search field. So if we type in something that is relevant to your niche, so we could go with something like health. We can put a hashtag in front of it, or search in different ways. But if we scroll down here, we can see that people are posting content for that particular niche. So this chap is posting, so he's linking out to another website. Now, if you want to engage with this, if you want to maybe contribute something to the discussion, if you click view in context, it's going to take you directly to that post. And there you can see, if we click on this, it's just going to take us to another website, possibly that chap's website there. If we go back here, we can click on comment. It's going to give us this drop down comment section. So here you can add in your opinion. So you might want to say good point. And if we click this little icon, now we can add a URL. So there, it's just a little piece of shortcode. We put in the URL here, and then we put in the name of the link here, like that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's one way of using it. Let me show you another way, because if we go back up to the home page thingy here, if we go back here, we have this little icon now for a new post. If we click on that, here we've got a few different things we can do. So we can set a title, so we would put strong title here to grab attention, and then we would put our piece of content or our link in here. So obviously you want to add something that's going to add value to the community. I know you will do that. And then we have permissions. This is important too. So if you click on permissions, make sure that public, make sure it's open to public so it gets the widest possible reach. Then you can preview it there. And browser, do you know what? I'm not really sure what browser is for. It could be an image upload thingy. So that's another way of using this platform, but we can expand on this. So here it's just a message that we can post, but if we click on here, it's going to take us to compose new post. So we can now add more content on the platform in a different way. Not only that, if we explore the menu up here, we can communicate with other people, we can send messages, we can organize events, we can list contacts, and ultimately use this for traffic generation and lead gen as well. Now, this is just the beginning, because if you are serious about your website and you want to grow a popular and profitable website, I'm going to give you the traffic methods that you cannot get anywhere else. I never share them on YouTube or anywhere else. You can get them all completely for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, and hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. And I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.